Hello and welcome to SLCS Speaks, where we highlight the great students, staff, and events happening around Southline Community Schools. My name is Brian Toth, the Assistant Superintendent for Administrative Services, joined as always by Mr. Archibald, our Superintendent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, for sure. And today we are pleased to have a great student with us. Lila Birdyshaw is a 10th grade student here at Southline High School. And Lila, first and foremost, how is the school year as a sophomore going this year?
Good. Really
Are
good.
you having fun?
Yeah.
Good. And you are involved in a number of things, one of those being the marching band through the Winter Guard. So first of all, tell us what being in the Winter Guard at Southline High entails.
So the Winter Guard is a lot like the Color Guard, where we get pieces of equipment, we get a flag and fake rifles and sabers, and we spin them and we dance and we basically make this whole show, and then we go and compete and we have a lot of fun.
Awesome. And when you compete, how often do you do that, and how often do you practice? Because that seems like something that you would do a lot.
We compete maybe 6 times, including our state's performance. It's almost every Saturday for about 6 weeks, and we practice every Monday, Wednesday, Saturday.
And what does a practice look like? 20 minutes, half hour, hour?
About 3 hours.
3 hours. So for the people that are new to marching band or new to Winter Guard and maybe want to do it if they're an 8th grader at home watching, how do they get involved, and what are some things that you find that are rewarding about being part of the program?
So we have some interest meetings where people can come, and it doesn't matter if you don't have any skills in spinning, you just come and you try it out for a day, and then if you like it, you can stick with it. Or if you just know someone who's been to it, then you can go with them to an interest meeting. And what I really love about the program is it's not just getting to spin with my friends, it's getting to be a part of the Guard family. We have an inside joke that we have the hive mind, where if one person drops a piece of equipment, 4 other people will drop. And it's just because we spend so much time together, we're very bonded. We spend a lot of time outside of practice together too.
Talk about with your routine, the choreography and how that's developed. I'm assuming that the coach brings some of that, but do you have any input as the participants?
Sometimes we do. Sometimes we get to say, you know, if we have a solo, especially, we get to say little things that we want in it. But most of the time, it's the coaches deciding. If they know that we like or are good at a particular skill, they put that in.
And where are we at with regard to this year's season? Is this year's season over, or are we?
It's almost over.
Almost over. Okay. What's coming up left? What do you have left for competitions?
We have 3 more practices and then states, and then it's over.
Awesome. Well, good luck at both of good luck at the states, and good luck with your practices as well. When you were a young 10-year-old, so about 5 or 6 years ago, you fell in love with something. Can you tell us a little bit about what that was?
So when I was 10, my mom took my brother and I, and the rest of my family, to the Makers Fair because my brother was in robotics and he just loved anything engineering. So we went to the Makers Fair, and there I saw a woman performing aerial silks, and I just fell in love with it. And then I went home and I Googled Cirque du Soleil, and I just watched pirated YouTube videos of Cirque du Soleil shows for just hours, and I just fell in love with it. So for my birthday, my mom paid for me to have a private lesson at an aerial studio, and I've been doing it ever since.
All right, so Mr. Archibald and I are not skilled in the world of aerial silk, right?
I'm very confident saying that, yes.
So walk us through what does a silk aerial acrobat do?
Well, I don't just do silks. I do a few apparatuses. There's the silks, which is what a lot of people see on The Greatest Showman. That's what Zendaya does, is her aerial silks. And then there's also the hammock, which is the same thing but connected at the bottom. And then there are a few metal apparatuses, like the lyra, which is just a hoop, and then trapeze.
And the group that you perform with also does great work for the community in some aspect. Can you share a little bit about that?
So my studio doesn't just do aerial. We do a few different sort of lessons. So you can come to the studio and do aerial, or you can do Bollywood dancing or flamenco dancing. And we are a part of a larger network of different groups in the Metro Detroit area. And so we all get together every February-ish, and we put on a performance in the Cherry Hill Theater, and all of the proceeds for our performance go to the Sanctum House, which is a nonprofit organization that benefits women and families who are survivors of domestic abuse and sex trafficking.
That is awesome. That's great that you're doing that. Thank you. And one question for somebody who doesn't understand aerial acrobatics. Is it scary?
It can be.
Okay.
I've been doing it for 5 years, so the things that I found scary at first are no longer scary. But there are some things that do get scary.
Gotcha.
What part of of what you do there has helped you with Winter Guard?
A lot of the dance, knowing where your body is and how to, when your arm is out, you want to have energy through your fingers, and that just awareness of where you are in space and in time is just beneficial in both programs.
Wonderful.
And Lila, we appreciate you taking some time today, and you have represented what you're involved with great. You have way more confidence than Mr. Archibald and I did when we were 10th graders. So last question for you. We always ask for a fun fact about our students. So what's a fun fact about yourself?
I have 2 axolotls.
Tell us more.
So an axolotl is like a salamander, and they can either be aquatic or on land, and ours are aquatic.
Okay.
But they're like little salamander fish things.
Similar to a dog?
Not quite.
No? Okay,
More
gotcha.
similar to a fish.
Okay, good to know. Well, good. And Mr. Archibald, it is that time of year. Our students have made it to spring break. So any thoughts for our families as they may take off for different destinations?
Of course. And for Lila, thank you. This might have been one of the more informative episodes
For sure. Yes.
for us, and so we appreciate all that you're doing for the school and the community, and just like to wish you and all the students and staff a very safe and enjoyable spring break, and let's return on April 1st, excited for a wonderful end of the school year.
Well, thank you both, and we will be back in the near future on the next episode of SLCS Speaks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lila, you rocked it out.
Thank
You were
you.
awesome. I may have to check it out.
I'm totally aware. I mean, normally we're out of our element, but I mean, you're taking it way out of our element.
Right, we can at least pretend like we know what we're talking about.